Hello everyone, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, whenever and wherever you are. I hope you're having a lovely time because you definitely deserve it. Welcome back to another month of the Balcony Garden Tales. In the month of May, this clip right here, this little section is kind of where the bulk of the work happened, where I basically potted up all the plants and went and bought some. I just went to Walmart, bought a couple of tomato plants, and then took the onion seedlings that I grew from seed and potted those up as well. So what you're seeing me do here is in an effort to save money on soil and kind of in the mindset of sustainability and how do I kind of improve soil and reuse soil. What essentially I did was I took all of the old soil from the tomato plants last year and mixed it with some compost, because I know compost is, it's full of nutrients, it's full of a lot of good stuff. So essentially I was using it as like a soil revitalizer, and I'm absolutely completely unsure if this is like, if this is valid, if this is like recommended. I don't know. The beauty of this balcony garden is that I absolutely have no idea what I'm doing, and yet we persist and we try anyway. So I'm just mixing it by hand, trying to give it a good water because that soil from the previous year was so dry that it was basically, dust. Nothing that you wanted to plant plants in, etc. So I'm just kind of mixing it here by hand. Throughout this video, I apologize if you hear a lot of lawn mowers and weed whackers because my day off is the one day they do landscaping. So it's kind of unavoidable, the noise, so I've tried to turn it down when and where I can, so I apologize for that. Quick wardrobe change right here because I kind of didn't want to get dirt all over my nice white pants. And this is where we kind of start to pot the tomatoes up. I accidentally bought two, forgetting that I had onions to go in the second grow bag. I think mine are 10 or 12 gallon grow bags, and they worked really well for the tomatoes last year. I think my downfall with last year was not pruning my tomato plants to kind of optimize for fruiting. So that's kind of one of the goals this year, is to keep more of a watchful eye on them, fertilize them a little bit more, and prune them a little bit more. But yeah, so I ended up leaving the second tomato plant out. I was gonna try and decide what I wanted to do with it, and I'm recording this voiceover in June, so I know what I did with it, but you're gonna have to sit and watch to see what I did with it and wait till next month's update to see what happened and where it went. But yeah, like I said, this kind of gardening journey is completely from no experience. It's from Googling things and kind of just trying things out. I kind of want this garden to be a safe space for experimentation, and I want it to listen. I go back and forth because I'm always like, oh, I don't want it to be manicured, I just want it to be free and full of things that I find beautiful and lovely, whether they match and go with an aesthetic or not. And then there's the other part of me that actually really loves like manicured gardens, and so I think I'm trying to find the balance between that. But we finished the tomato, and we are getting another grow bag that has never been used, and we're filling that up to do the onions. I think I had maybe 12 seedlings that finally grew, or maybe it was 10, and I ended up fitting 6 in this bag, and that I kind of knew was an experimentation. I'm not expecting onions, genuinely. I'm expecting little teeny tiny thingamabobs, like maybe shallot sized, I don't know. I'm not expecting them to get big whatsoever, so I tried to not overcrowd the little grow bag, because it's not like it has resources from the earth to draw up on. It's not like it has worms or bugs to kind of help aerate the soil and provide nutrients. It's just what's in this grow bag, and it's just what I fertilize with. So I tried not to overcrowd it, but also I'm just telling you, I expect little to nothing. Little to nothing when it comes time to harvest these. So I just used my hands, put some holes in the dirt, and kind of just tucked away the seedlings in there. And the goal originally was to do some companion planting and sprinkle some chamomile seeds and grow chamomile with the onions, because chamomile, I don't know if it's nitrogen, I think it is like a nitrogen fixer or something. Of like it's supposed to bring in good things, like how marigolds are really good for tomatoes because they bring a certain nutrient to the soil and deter pests. I grew marigolds last year but didn't this year. They're not one of my favorite flowers, and I like I said, I don't want to shove way too much into these grow bags because I know that they're not super big. But the goal is to, or was to, I'll spoil that for you, was to grow chamomile seeds in here as well. And you'll see later in the video, I do sprinkle those in over the top of the soil. They did sprout, but they did not last. I don't know if it was a lack of humidity. I don't know if every time I watered them, I accidentally drowned them. That's my theory. I think I accidentally drowned them. So that didn't work out. So we went to the grocery store and just bought a chamomile plant. And we're gonna try that. Me and chamomile have not gotten along, and I have not successfully ever grown it. In this pot, we're gonna do some yarrow seeds later in the video. I love yarrow. It reminds me of home in Maryland, and it's actually a very strong herbal companion, and kind of for spiritual reasons as well. So you can see me scattering these as well as the chamomile. And this little section is wrapping up, so I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I'm kind of struggling with balancing between keeping it long form, not knowing when to shove the voiceover in, not knowing how long is too long, how short is too short. So any and all feedback is welcome, as I kind of figure this out as we go. But enjoy the rest of the video, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely day, because you 100% deserve it. And I will see you all next month in the next video.